So maybe what we can do is talk a little bit about AB style trust. So what we've seen specifically after we've had the massive changes in January of 2023, where we are no longer under the old estate tax, now we're under the new system. Well, what I find with a lot of my clients is that they haven't updated, or they still are maybe using an outdated type of trust. And I like to say that a trust in an estate plan is kind of like a car, right? Where you buy it, it's reliable, it's there, but it needs maintenance. And sometimes you might need to go in and get that maintenance. I usually would recommend for my clients every 5 years, 10 years if you want to be stingy and if you want to really push it. But those changes every, 5 years is typically a good way to go about it. So what are some areas that you have seen between maybe the old style trust and now newer style that are more tax advantage for Massachusetts?
Yeah, and the reviews are so important because laws do change. As we can see here, they changed in 2023, and now we have greater flexibility, greater options. It's really important that you come in and speak to your attorney, you speak with your financial advisor, asking them if there are any changes or updates. The AB trusts are great because now we can contain this $4 million that we otherwise didn't have the ability to do before, outside of setting up irrevocable trusts to remove some money from the balance sheet. But having this available to us is just so wonderful. And to talk about how it can work, sometimes when we have a joint trust, like we've had for many, many years. Again, we're capped previously at $1 million. Now we're capped at $2 million. But sometimes when you have like a blended family, it's not always the best choice to have one single family trust because that ultimately could invite, when the Lord calls one of the spouses home, the estate's passing to the other spouse with the ability to do what they want with the money, as opposed to the AB, where we can kind of control what's going to happen when A dies and what's going to happen when B dies. So that we're really taking care of our children and the wealth that maybe you had before you got into the marriage. We want to believe that our spouse is going to do the right thing. But as an attorney, I'm not going to leave that to chance. I'm going to give you assurance that when you leave this world one day, your money's going to go where you want it to go.
So I guess a quick recap on that. Maybe if you're looking at your estate plan and it is more than, I would say definitely more than 10 years old, please call your attorney or find an attorney that you really like, that you want to go to. And then if you have perhaps maybe a family trust. So if you see a singular trust, that might not be the most efficient way to pass assets, especially if you have assets over $2 million in Massachusetts. And it's easy with Massachusetts. I mean, the price of real estate alone, it's easy to get to that threshold. A big piece of also understanding is actually funding your trust. You could spend, a couple $1,000s on this trust. And then if you don't fund it, well, congratulations, you have the world's most expensive paperweight and you're not going to do anything with it. It's not going to help you. So you need to make sure that it's funded.